Hello, golfers. Welcome back to JD Golf TV. I'm John Dunigan, and I'm here to help you play better faster. This video is on 3 swing-destroying flaws that will surely give you a butt whooping on that golf course. So let's get after it. The number one fatal flaw in golf. Okay, wait, time out. The actual number one fatal flaw is holding the golf club in a very dysfunctional manner. Now, before you view this video, you might want to go back here and see this other video on your grip is killing you because it's really crucial. But let's say you've got a good grip. How else could you ruin your golf game? Number one, maybe we call it 1B, would be doing something on the backswing to roll the face wide open. We're going to put our pointer on and see what this does. I just love this thing. Hopefully it shows up fine on your screen. So people go back on the backswing and they believe that they're setting their wrists, but they don't. They roll the face open. You see the stick is pointing up to the sky? My glove logo is pointing up to the sky. My wrist is bent this way. This is called extended. Bad, bad news. But I'm trying to set my wrist, coach. Well, it turns out that wrist set is very small in a golf swing. If I keep this wrist in this actually neutral position and I just go down and up, one, you'll see that it very little rotates the face. Very little face rotation due to proper wrist action. Next thing you'll see that it's very small. It's only what, about 30, maximum 40 degrees in this wrist setting motion. This is called ulnar deviation and radial deviation. Don't bother remembering that. We'll call it wrist setting, wrist cock, uncock. Okay? Turns out doing it properly doesn't really mess up the club face. Doing it improperly, we might, back in my golf machine days, we'd call it double wrist cock, where we think we're cocking the wrist, but we bend it too. Now, look at that club face. It's pointed over my head. I might as well put that thing right in my ear. If you look at this, folks, I have virtually no hope from this position. I'm back here, the face is wide open, and now, see, I've got this big bend in the wrist. A little bend in the wrist isn't bad. Rory McIlroy's making a pretty good living like that. But a massive bend, well, this wrist is what's altering the club face angle. Now, what happens to this is, number one, the club face gets so open that this nice little weight on the back of this club, the hosel. Did you ever hit a hosel rocket? Well, I get it rotated so far that that's where I end up swinging into the golf ball. Thank you very much. Or should I say, shank you very much. So that's bad enough. Now, your brain is going to be going, oh, Dunigan, you got you a problem here. This club face is wide open so bad, I'm going to go right to the universe, right to the four, right in the parking lot. We come down, and your brain goes, ooh, stop everything, boy, and slam the face shut. That's the flip. The whole body stalls, and this flip is a solution, not a problem. You have given your brain no other option. If I get this face wide open and I turn beautifully through the golf ball, how's my club face doing? It's going right into the camera right now. That's why your brain puts the movement on lockdown, because it's the only solution. Stop everything, slam the face shut. Okay? No more fanning the face open. I'd rather you keep the face facing down toward the ground a little bit, not a ton. Don't drop the ball off, but down toward the ground. On the way up, we're setting our wrist without really doing something weird here. I call it pointing the club up. But I'm making sure that I don't rotate the face open. I just point the club up without changing the face angle, and I come up. Now you can see this wrist is nice and flat. You can see that my club face is nice and square, and I can come down and, if anything, feel like I'm putting a little bit more of that wrist into it, twisting the face. I'm squaring it up early. Okay? So number one, that's what we really want to do with that club. Please don't fan the face open. Okay? All right, number two, and it's terribly related to number one, because all of us have grown up thinking we're supposed to be lagging the golf club, right? Lagging the golf club. Well, first, what on earth does that mean to lag the golf club? Well, I'm going to do this in Duniganese for you. Lag simply means that this little sucker, the head, is trailing behind the handle into impact. This would be the opposite. The head is outracing the handle. That's a flip. No lag. I threw the lag away back here. Well, okay, if you'll stick with the definition of lag simply means the head trails behind the handle, you could say that, okay, well, part of that is the sequence of the golf swing. I get up here and I go head first. I'm putting a force against the head. I'm pushing it away from me. Well, that will cause you to lose the lag. But actually, I don't have to do anything really cool to create lag. I just have to move something else, like my lower body, upper body. I'm just turning and swinging, and I get the head to go last. Pretty easy, right? But here's what happens. Instead, because golfers are all insane, they're trying to lag the club. We need our pointer again now. They get up to the top of the backswing. Now remember that first part of this video. They get to the top of the backswing. From here, they try to create this, what I call false lag. They're again bending this wrist in a way that opens the face wide open, okay? Kind of increasing this amount of wrist set motion. This is false lag. This is no bueno. I'm super narrow, meaning the club is too close to me. I'm super open with my club face. Once again, I'm dead. But it looks like lag. Look, Dunigan, look at all the lag. Well, here we go again. How am I doing? And I'm supposed to try to save that up once again at the very bottom. So number two, no false lag. Remember how lag really works. Simply make sure that you get the sequence correct first. There's a little shift and a turn. I kind of step into it. Oh my goodness, just like throwing a ball. I step into it and throw it under sidearm. It's not quite sidearm, not quite underhand, under sidearm. Yep, it's a new term for you. Okay, we're back. No funny business. Under sidearm throw down the fairway, and you're going to be just fine. No more false lag. The other thing about this false lag business, I mentioned it briefly earlier, is basically what end of the club are you moving? Okay, when you are trying to move the club head to get contact, you'll have this club head throwaway. You're just dumping the club out this way. But that only means that you're pushing against the shaft more than you're pulling along the entire shaft. You're pushing the head rather than pulling or swinging the handle. Got it? That's all that is. So I can have both modes of golf swing. I can add more push against the shaft this way. Might not work all that well, but what I do is I tried to push the club head away from myself from here, try to push away. And then the other one is simply put more pulling. Do not change this wrist. Let's see if I can do it. And I'm going to just kind of pull the handle more this time instead. And that helps me create the lag all on its own. Okay? No fanning it, no false lag. And number three, that pretty little head of yours. You gotta stop moving it all over the place. I cannot tell you how many people tend to move their head all over the place in their golf swing. Had a lesson on that just today. Head moving all over the place makes the entire body motion, arm motion, all the stuff fall apart. Can't throw. You would not throw like this. Well, let's put it this way. I hope you wouldn't throw like that. So how do I get my head, which, let's say that these shirt buttons, if you could stick them into the center of my body, be right down there. If I could stick those in the center of the body, we might say that this is the center of the golf circle. Go back to our law of the circle video. Very, very important. Well, the low point of our circle that the club is moving on, turns out that low point is related to these shirt buttons. If I get more in front, it helps me move the divot more forward. Great. Low point, divot. Makes me go more forward. If I get caught back here, oh God, I got a job to do. So what's that look like? Remember, there's only, a second and a half, no, excuse me, second and a quarter for a whole golf swing. Not a lot of time to correct bad movements. Here we go. Okay, Dunigan. Oh, I hit that anyway. That actually hurt my back a little bit. But I moved way off that golf ball. That was yucky. I hit it anyway because, well, I'm a golf pro. I've been doing this for a while. The exact opposite is to move the other way. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll just put my club shaft against my student's head and say, hey, could you try to just kind of push the club shaft forward a little bit? I might go like this and put it across the shoulders. Go, hey, could you just tip this down this way during the backswing? See, as you can see, as I tip this way or push ahead against the shaft, my head's moving the opposite way. Now, do I want it to actually move this way? Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit, just to counteract moving that way too far. Is that fair? I might go like this. Okay, take this shirt seam, put it in your front shoe. Shirt seam here in the front shoe. Watch what this does. This is going to look different. Shirt seam in the front shoe. Oh, baby. Ooh, that was pretty solid, wasn't it? Okay, so that's one of them, right? Counteracting the sway away with some tilt of the shirt seam, tilt of the shoulder line. I don't like to use body parts whenever I can. I like to use, hey, move this over this way with an external focus. There will be a video on that pretty shortly. Now, sometimes the movement is coming from a different place, and the golfer is kind of bowing this way during the back. So you'll see like they're going to come over here and pick up a weight off the floor or something. And often, just like this corrects the head, often I have a great light one of my students gave me. It's a Batman door light, gives it the bat signal. I'll put it right here. Say, okay, shine that light up to the top of the wall over there. And what happens, so I'm counteracting this motion by pointing the shirt buttons up. And this is called extension, right? But we're going to call it pointing the shirt buttons up because that is very compatible with my brain. So I go back now. I go back, buttons up. Oh, yeah. I might have pulled that one, but boy, that was pretty darn solid. So buttons up. Sometimes golfers make the mistake of shirt buttons down on the forward swing. Did you ever have a little chicken wing for lunch in the middle of your golf swing? Well, folks, what's happening is once you bow forward this way, there is nowhere for the arms to go. It's not possible. So your arms flex. Fair enough? Now, just like buttons up on the backswing, we could use buttons up on the downswing to help us do the same thing. So it doesn't matter how. That's not how your brain really wants to work. It's just, hey, if I get my buttons up, notice where it's moving my head. On the backswing, I'm forward flexed. If I point my shirt buttons up, my head gets back in the middle. Does that make sense? And here we go on this swing. So we're going to go buttons up on the backswing, buttons up, and buttons up again on the downswing. Doesn't that look an awful, 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 awful lot like golf? So there you have it. Please don't fan the face open. Good golly, stop doing that. It's killing you. Number two, please don't try this false lag crapola. And number three, please, in order to keep yourself more centered, you might have to make use of tilting and extending during the backswing, maybe even during the forward swing. I hope these things make sense to you. I hope you can see the simplicity of, hey, just do this, doink, or just do this, doink. And that totally, totally solves a problem. And those are such easy cues, they work instantaneously. All right, folks, you got some work to do. Get after it.